We want our investors, our buyers, to get a great return from their investment. But most of all, we want 30, 50 years from now, they look back, it is still an iconic development. That is really the thrust of Landco.
The greatest destination always has the best story to tell. That is why we at Landco, we take inspiration from our past as we embark on the future that will continue to strengthen our commitment in creating better business and communities.
Landco started out in 1990 as the Land Company, so that's the meaning of Landco, the Land Company. It had a couple of leisure developments. You had Canyon Woods in Lemery, Batangas, and you had Punta Fuego in Nasugbu, Batangas. We have projects all across the country, as far north as Cabanatuan, all the way to Zamboanga. I think overall in our history, starting in 1990, we've developed over 1,000 hectares. We primarily focus on leisure developments, and now we're focusing on beach town developments. In 1994, that's when the Metro Pacific Group came in. So it was called Landco Pacific back then. We had to drop the Pacific name, so we were only known as Landco. 2015, that's when I joined the company. The last 5 years, all we've done was really trying to fix the company. And then finally, we were successful. 2021 was our banner year. And that was our highest net income. And I think that was the time that Metro Pacific, saw us, saw the potential. Now they've consolidated us with Metro Pacific. We're now a wholly owned subsidiary of Metro Pacific Investment Corp. MPIC's main business is really building businesses and then operating it and unlocking its value. And that's what they did for Landco. All we do is leisure development. We're not all over the place. Landco targets the affluent market. Now, when you talk about affluence, it is not defined by age or gender. Affluence is about lifestyle. If you look at yung mga current and future projects namin, all we do are upscale leisure developments.
Our journey to excellence was formed with a purpose: to provide exceptional, world-class communities specially envisioned and built for you.
The essence of Landco, it looks at leisure developments, something that is one of its kind, something that is not available anywhere else. My predecessors basically believed in the idea, and history has proven that it was a great idea. We talk about sustainability. Sustainability is a byword. People just say that to be in the in crowd. When you look at the Philippines, right now, we are not yet at the level that the buyers will pay a premium for a sustainable development. They won't. For example, you talk to a buyer, yung development namin is sustainable. Hence, we need to charge higher. Yung buyer doesn't care. Pero kami, Castle B and Club Laia, in all of our future projects, it is double piped. We know that the buyers will not pay a premium for a sustainable development. Pero we do it anyway because it's the right thing to do. And where do we get the money? We get it from our margins. We're okay to take less because it is the right thing to do. But we do it anyway. That's our differentiation. The great thing about Landco, wherever we are, we have to be the or one of the best developments in that area. Now moving forward, we just want to carry on that legacy. I have to give credit to my predecessors. When Punta Fuego started, there was literally nothing in that area. In Nasugbu, Batangas, it was kilometers and kilometers of rough roads to get to Punta Fuego. And back then, there was no other product similar to it. Punta Fuego was, one of its kind. So I guess that gives credit to my predecessors. They were forward-looking. It's a resounding success. The good thing about Punta Fuego is that when it was launched in the mid-90s, it was like around 4,500 per square. During the pandemic, when we're looking at the market research, the last sale that I'm aware of, from 4,500, it's already at 60,000 per square. Now, if you look at sales websites, You have Punta Fuego lots already selling for 100,000 pesos per square meter. So imagine, in 25 years, you go from 4,500 per square meter to 100,000 pesos per square meter. We're sold out long ago. No? We've been sold out. We have fixed up our systems. We have become a lot more efficient. We are much more aware of the needs of the market. We feel that we are ready to launch the next Punta Fuego project that would be renowned for the next 1,000 years. And we feel that it's about time, since the original Punta Fuego is like close to 30 years old. It's time for the next generation for their Punta Fuego homes. It's going to be exciting. Currently, we have 3 beach towns. One in Laia called Club Laia. We have one in Calatagan called Calatagan South Beach, Castle B. And we have one in Samal Island, Davao, Costa Azalea. There's going to be many more. So these beach towns, there are areas for exclusive residential communities. But again, we see this need. Like for example, okay, think of Boracay. Can you imagine that whole 4 kilometers was owned by one developer? It's gonna look monotonous and boring, right? The reason why Boracay is Boracay is because of the vibe. It's because of like every single development there is owned by somebody else. That's what we were doing at the beach towns. We want that vibe, that every single development is owned by somebody else who sees a need, what's needed, no, by the public, and then they would put it up themselves. That's the concept of the beach town. But you know, if you don't want to go do business, no, that's totally fine. If you just want to put a rest house, that's totally fine. So that's the essence of Yung Beach Town. We know 20 years from now, the needs are going to change. No? We are anticipating what are our residents going to need, and we've put that in there.
Constantly in motion, Landco Pacific is continuously crossing boundaries to discover new territories and pioneer new ventures to meet the expectations of an increasingly global-minded market while delivering the highest value, convenience, and comfort to every development.
For the beach towns, we currently have 2 upcoming projects. Now we're going to put up the first 2 condos in Terrazas de Punta Fuego and Laia. We also have planned condos in Castle B in Calatagan and also Samal Island, Davao, na Costa Azalea. One thing na I'm proud of Landco, we don't build boxes. Our condos are different. Like for example, the residences at Terrazas de Punta Fuego, very exclusive, 128 units only. Every single unit has a view of the beach. We have the luxury to take our time and really think about your project and really build it the way we want. We hope our clients like it. We're not out to please everyone. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Millennial Resorts Corporation is a subsidiary of Landco. Our tagline is Unconventional Experiences. If you visit our properties in Calatagan and Laia, you would understand why our tagline is Unconventional Experiences. Currently, we have yung Crusoe cabins, which are basically container vans. It is like the best container van development. It is architecturally designed. Now, if you go inside, it is like a 4-star hotel. It is nice. Huh? Our average daily rate is close to 8,000. And we're always fully booked. We built it based on what do we like. We want something that looks rugged from the outside, but when you go in, you're surprised. Wow, this is beautiful. I cannot count the number of times now. My friends or third parties, consultants have told me, if you didn't tell me that this was a container van, I wouldn't have known it. If you look at cocoons, these are drainage pipes that we converted into hotel rooms. It is unconventional. It's quite a big hit. We have new products coming up. We have Camperisti, which are camper vans. We have Cupola, which are glamping tents. No? And we're brewing up some more unconventional products for the public. We have very big plans for Millennial Resorts. The whole vision of Millennial Resorts in Landco is that, if you have a foreigner friend and your foreigner friend tells you, I've been to the Philippines, it's beautiful. No? You ask your friend, where have you been? No? I've been to Bohol, Siargao, over there. That is the vision of Landco Millennium Resorts. No? Wherever your foreigner friend says that the Philippines is beautiful, we are there. Millennial Resorts, we're planning to expand internationally. It's one thing to be a big fish in a small pond, no? But being big in the Philippines, that's not enough for us. We want to expand abroad. Landco's commitment is that we will deliver you projects that will be relevant 50 years from now. You will have significant value appreciation and something that you will be proud of. Those are the three things. Now we commit as Landco.
Landco Pacific continually evolves, living to a fine art where each property is precious and therefore reserved for a very few. As part of the Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, with its long-standing reputation for business stability and undisputed growth, Landco Pacific will continually create distinctive landscapes of leisure and lifestyle worth bequeathing to the next generations of families while fully enjoying them now. Landco Pacific properties are the consummate investment. Precious, priceless, prestigious, and continually yielding. Our journey, our future. Together, this is our legacy. This is Landco Pacific.